everyone. My name is Caroline Knight, and I'm very excited to be hosting this show, episode 37 of CyberTank. Thank you, Danielle and Megan and Michaela and Rodrigo and everyone else at the tank for helping me figure out how to do this and asking me to host. So let's just get into it. Oh, in the event that my Wi-Fi crashes, just keep watching, because I'll be back in a few minutes. But I hope that's not going to happen. We'll see. We have no idea. Anyway, so when I was thinking about what to call this show or the theme of this show, I couldn't think of anything else other than quarter life, and as in the crisis, yes. Because of the things that are happening right now and the age of myself and a lot of the people, I'm sorry, this hair is also having a quarter life crisis. But the people that I know and the artists that I know that are in this awkward age of life, between the ages of 22 to 26, that you don't really get warned about. It's just in our society, if you do go to college, you graduate and then you're supposed to just automatically have your adult life completely figured out. And there's not a lot of support for people our age. There's a lot expected of us and a lot of people who just don't want to help. So I thought, what better a place to support young artists where they can show their work in a inclusive and very supportive environment. That's exactly what the tank is. So no judgment here, not today, not now. And I just want to share this one resource that I found. Satya Doyle Bayok is a quarter life expert, and she has a whole website. It's quarterlife.org. If anyone wants to learn anything about quarter lifing and needs resources on how to handle this time. She says that we set quarter lifers up to fail and then we make fun of them in America. And it's so true, but we're not going to make fun of them now. And we're going to celebrate their work in whatever discipline they are. This show is varied across multiple disciplines and artists, and I am so excited to share their work because they're very talented, and I think they deserve as much opportunity as the world can possibly give them right now and in the future. So let's enjoy this show and support them as they express themselves in this weird time of life and zeitgeist and everything. First up, I'm just going to show my thesis film called For Your Consideration. It's an experimental short film. I play a variety of different characters. I utilize a bunch of different texts. It's a subversion of the self-tape, being an actor, a cycle of survival as a creative person. I think it's very timely and can express a lot of feelings that are currently happening during the pandemic. So yes, let's just jump right into it. Oh, I will say, if you got copied on the Artist Blast, it's the video that's linked there. So if you already watched it, come back in 10 minutes or repeat view if that's what you're into.
I think that you have to, have a lot of confidence. I think the industry can really mess with your head.
You gotta get up off your
a
double
path
snake
to choose,
and
you have to
use
be very
that.
strong, and you have to really be sure that's what you want and be sure you can handle it.
I don't know how to do anything else. Well, I can do other things, but I don't think that I can like function properly if I like do things in a different industry or path.
And I feel like that's why you keep coming back to this, because it's not like there's anything else to go to that does the same thing.
Mhm.
Like you can try other art platforms, but like for just like me and like probably you personally, like I just can't. I've tried. It's not. I feel like we've all tried to not do this and avoid it in some way.
Like what makes me different? Like why is this like $250,000 degree setting me apart from these people that can just buy an $800 smartphone? Film is such a male-dominated industry, and I feel like passionate women are super important and like can change the industry for the better. And I feel like I feel like I am capable of being one of those women. So I feel like I just have to do it.
Not everybody. I just mean in general, like everyone is so convinced of their own artistic merit. And I'm just like, hey, my uncle, he's an award-winning theater genius, and my aunt's a real-life playwright, an author who gets invited to Yaddo and gets her stories published in well-known periodicals that people have actually heard of, like The New Yorker, for instance. And they're over 40 and still have to live on Avenue A in a rent-stabilized apartment with drunks and graffiti in front. So don't tell me about the sacrifices you're making to be an artist. It's that thing when you're with someone, you love them and they know it, and they love you, and you love them and they know it, and they love you and you know it. But it's a party and you're both talking to other people. You look because you're possessive or it's precisely sexual, but because this is your person in this life. And it's funny and sad, but only because this life will end. And it's the secret world that exists right there in public, unnoticed, that no one else knows about. Sort of like how they say that other dimensions exist all around us, but we don't have the ability to perceive them. That's what I want out of a relationship. Or just life, I guess. When you're lost wild and you're scared as a child and ducks you bang in the eye and you're sore as a boil, it's according to Hoyle to cock your revolver and die. But the code of a man says fight all you can, and self-dissolution is barred. In hunger and woe, oh, it's easy to blow. What the hell served for breakfast? It's hard. You're sick of the game. Well, now that's a shame. You're young and you're brave. And you're so bright. You've had a raw deal. I know. Don't squeal. Buck up to your damnedest and fight. It's the plugging away that will win you the day, so don't be a piker, old pard. Just draw on your grit. It's dead easy to quit. It's the keeping your chin up that's hard. Come home to my heart. And you got the radio up. And you got the radio up. We keep trying to talk about us. Slow motion, I'm watching our love. I'll be your cry after concussion. Be your finding off in that rush. Make you crazy over my touch. It's easy to cry that you're beaten and die. It's easy to crawfish and crawl. But to fight, and I mean to fight. When hope's out of sight. But it's the best game of them all. And then you come out of each grueling bout, all broken and beaten and scarred. Just have one more try. It's dead easy to die. It's the keeping on living that's hard.
When you get a chance to feel really emotional in something, or you get to be angry, it's great. It's all those emotions that you're not allowed to show in real life. You've got to be sort of in check, and it's beautiful to be able to let rip. I like if I can move people or make people laugh or anything.
I love that line.
It's a joy, and I don't know. I really love it. I hope I get to do more of it.
Yeah. I mean, that's the goal.
Yeah, that's the goal. All right, so that was my thesis film, and I made that it came out in the spring of 2019, and it still rings true today. I hope I get to do more of it for the rest of my life because I love it. All right, so next up we have Charlotte Horan, who is a actor, writer, comedian, and musician based in Brooklyn and bred in Boston, where she got her BFA in theater from Emerson College in 2019. She's performed comedy at many clubs in Boston, New York, and currently you can find her learning guitar in her basement. This piece that Charlotte sent to me is literally hysterical and very, very relatable. It's called "I'm Gonna Talk About You Unfollowing Me in Therapy." So let's dive into it. I cannot wait.
Hi, Dr. Kearney. I'm so sorry I'm late. I know I do this all the time, but I think it's like a lot to ask me to like be ready to talk about my trauma at like 11:30 in the morning. You know, it's like basically the ass crack of dawn, and like, you know, it's taken me like 25 years to get to therapy. So why am I gonna be this vulnerable this early in the morning, right? Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, sorry. Okay, yeah, I know we have 3 minutes. What I wanted to get to, we were talking last week about how my parents didn't give me the love that I needed to receive in the way that I received, but like that's a little much for like 3 minutes. So, this guy that I really thought was like really sexy that I hooked up with this summer. Yeah, and don't even come for me about hooking up with someone in a pandemic. Like, I know that I practice risky behaviors. Anyway, he unfollowed me on Instagram. Can you believe that? I feel like I'm going through a breakup right now. And like, I know that sounds ridiculous, but like, I haven't been able to interact with a lot of like my followers and my friends except through Instagram. And like, he was watching my stories like when I was posting like all these like really informative infographics and stuff, like, which I've started doing again. Like, don't get me, like, bad stuff is happening in this country, and he unfollowed me. And like, I don't understand what would provoke somebody to do this. Like, for example, I went into the local Starbucks in my little hometown yesterday just to get a latte, you know? Like, I kept my sunglasses on. Like, I don't want to talk to people here, okay? And this girl that I, like, sat next to in English class, like, years and years and years ago, she was like, "Oh my God, Kara?" And I was like, "Yeah, hi." She's like, "Oh my God, how are you? Like, I see you all over Instagram." And let me just say, girl, like, I would never unfollow you. Like, your content is so good. See what I did there with that, like, little bratty girl impression? Like, anyway. But, like, she would never unfollow me because she recognizes that my content is good. And this guy who I, like, gave my body to unfollows me? Like, the disrespect, you know? Like, it's just like, I don't, like, my account means a lot to me, you know? And it's just, it's really, really upsetting. What? That's our time? Okay, I guess I'll see you in 2 weeks then. Thank you. It's a great session. Bye.
Oh my God, it's so funny. That's relatable. Like, going to therapy and then not having enough time to talk about all of your issues, so you just pull something out of your ass that like doesn't really matter but is important too, and then you never actually get to the root of your problems because they charge $1 bajillion. Okay, thank you, Charlotte, for that original monologue. That was so good. Next up, we have Nicole Robinson. She is an actor based in Sydney, Australia, who has received training from the Atlantic Theatre School and graduated from Screenwise Film and Television School in Surrey Hills, Australia. Fun fact, Nicole represented Australia when she was 16 at the Youth Olympic Games in Nanjing, China for high jump. So in this scene, Nicole is, I believe her scene is from The Shape of Things, and she's playing a fun little quirky character. So here we go.
That was horrible.
I don't know. I could have told her about the blowjob I gave him. I'm kidding.
No, listen, what you did was shitty and awful and just plain wrong.
As opposed to you two sneaking off and making out. Where would that fall on the bad behaviour list?
You had no right to do that.
True.
Made her feel that way.
She has a boyfriend who's shit. And now she knows. Hell, she already knew.
It was still wrong to treat her like that, and me.
Yeah, let's talk about you.
Go ahead. You seem raring to go.
You want to tell me about the rest of your date? Or should I just...
She called me, okay? Asked if I'd get together and talk about Phil and them.
And then you made out. Most natural thing in the world.
It just happened. Look,
That was Hitler's excuse. Try another one.
it was a mistake, okay? I know that.
And how big was that mistake? I don't care about what happened. I don't. I just want to know the truth. I told you about what I did. Do you think I wanted to kiss that guy? I only did it for the effect. But I'm asking you, what else went on? I deserve to know.
Nothing.
You're sticking with that.
Yeah.
Even if I told you that I know that something else went on.
How could you? It didn't. I didn't put any drive in my journal. That was a lie.
Yeah, that was a bluff. Because I could sense it. And the waitress was there.
I'm telling you the truth about Jenny. I mean,
I don't believe you.
Thank you, Nicole. Hope you're doing well in the land down under. Next up, we have Vivian Cavazos, who is a graphic designer based in LA currently, but from Texas originally. In this sound and color animation, Vivian has utilized vibrant colors that play with different shapes, which are inspired by the music. Thanks, Vivian. I'm just waiting for the day that you do some sort of cool commercial that's on TV or something. So keep it up. Next up, we have Autumn Eliza Sheffy. Autumn grew up in Connecticut and graduated from the Boston Conservatory at Berkeley with her musical theater degree in May of 2019. At the conservatory, she received her minor in directing and playwriting, along with an emphasis in songwriting at Berkeley. Since graduating, Autumn has performed at the Pennsylvania Renaissance Fair, Second City, Improv Olympics, and Seven Angels Theater. During this wild time, she has kept up her podcast, her blog, which is the elizamonologues.com, and yoga teacher training. She can't wait to release her EP coming soon, and I can't wait either because she is so talented. Like Harry Styles could never, ever, ever. She wishes everyone safety and happiness during this time. So without further ado, let's get into Lavender Blue Dreams, an original song by Autumn featuring Nick Recibo.
Ready?
I was thinking back to the first night we met, an American spirit in your hands. You asked me if I smoked, laughed at it like it was a joke. I choked my way through that stick. Your hair was charcoal, your lips were mine. I lost all sense of time. Sometimes I wonder if you think of me. I could see him anywhere. About Queen, but I'm still childhood dreams. Ask you where your flannel's from. Show you my Harry Potter tattoo. My arms around you. Your eyes as cold as that cement. Lavender blue dreams. I've reached to away. Never thinking of you, and I don't remember your name, but I know you're right. See him anywhere, lavender blue dreams. I've reached to away, never I'm with him, but thinking of you, and I don't remember your name, but I know you're right. See him everywhere. I was thinking back to the first night we met, an American spirit in your hands.
Oh, so good. Oh my gosh. I can't wait for your EP to come out, Autumn. Can you please tell me where I can stream it? And also, if anyone knows anyone in the record industry, like, sign her. What are you waiting for? So next up, we have Wings, who is a painter and... Sorry, one second. Next up, we have Wings, who is a painter and enjoys working with a variety of mediums and experimenting with nature, her surroundings, and recyclables. This collection conveys certain objects that one may hold very close to them during their 20s. We all know of our equivalent and how they can shape one's existence. So this is called Pieces of Existence. It's a collaboration of sounds that the artist has recorded and their paintings.
Between that show and this show, Most Party, I feel like I was very happy with this year.
Thank you for that. That was a wonderful collection. Next up, we have Melanie Dumich, Rob Bellman, and Tay Lottie. Melanie, well, they all graduated from Syracuse University. Melanie is a graphic designer. Rob is in med school for pharmacy, and Tay is a communications manager currently. They all worked on this piece together during the pandemic. It's titled Hope, and it's a series of graphic designs exploring hope and their relationship with hope. The graphic design portion is by Melanie, and then the poems are by Rob and Tay. So thank you all for submitting. I love that collection. Very, very, very resonating. And I enjoy the color palette too. It's very, very pretty and subdued. Very indicative of the times. Next up, we have Dakota Malisoff, who is an experimental filmmaker based in Brooklyn. This film is a new one recently, so get excited. You're some of the first viewers. It's titled, Are You Comfortable in Your Skin?
When were you uncomfortable in your own skin? When the language changed everything.
Evolving. Skin.
Evolving. The language. Push. The language.
Push.
The language. When did that start?
When did that start?
When did that start? When were you uncomfortable in your own skin?
When the language changed everything.
Evolving.
Evolving. The language.
Push. The language. Push. The language.
When did that start?
When were you uncomfortable in your own skin?
Skin.
When the language changed everything.
Evolving.
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 The language. Push. The language. Push. The language. When did that start? When were you uncomfortable in your own skin? When the language changed everything.
Evolving. Skin.
The language. Push. The language. When did that start? When did that start?
When did that start?
When did that start?
When did that start?
When Were you uncomfortable in your own skin? When the language changed, everything.
Evolving.
Evolving. The language. Push. The language.
Push.
The language. When did that start?
When did that start?
When did that start? When were you uncomfortable in your own skin?
When the language changed, everything.
Evolving.
Evolving. The language.
Push. The language. Push. The language.
When did that start?
Thank you, Dakota. I really enjoyed that. It was super trippy. And I like the cyclic nature of it. It's so repetitive. It feels, the way I interpret it, it feels like now, the current times, but also the ages between 22 and 26, where you're sort of stuck in this cycle of growth that is all too familiar because something comes up where you feel like you've dealt with it before, or you thought you've put it to bed, but it returns in a way that looks a little bit different, but isn't exactly. And just it's an interesting challenge to create wholeness. So thank you so much for sharing that. Next up, we have Scotty Call doing a scene, which we're just going to call detective scene because we don't know where it's from. Scotty is a recent graduate of Harvard College and is based in New York City. Scotty has been performing most of his life and is very grateful to be part of the show. He'd like to thank Bryce Colby Vasehorn for being an awesome reader. So here we go, Scotty.
What? Is that so funny? Why is it so hard to believe I'm a homicide detective?
In college, you studied to be an actress.
And I play a great detective.
I'm sure you do. This friend thing could work, right?
Maybe. If you would stop referencing it and let it happen.
One question, and I'll stop. Why? When did I stop being love interest material and fall into the friend category?
Andy, give it a rest. I was enjoying us. The first time in a long time.
Consider this a station break. We'll resume with the friend thing in a minute.
Really want to know the unabridged truth? We're not in the same space. Everybody reaches a point in their lives when reality bites them on the ass, and you haven't been bitten. You lack focus, drive, and ambition. You're still living in a la-la land of dreams.
No, I'm not. I'm trying to get my career off the ground.
But you're not, Vandy. You're a bartender. And that's okay. But when do you sing? You dabble, you tinker. You never really pursued it.
I'm always pursuing it.
You talk about it, you don't do it. Do you realize that since we've been in New York, you haven't played me one song you wrote? You've never even sung one note around me. Not since college.
Just because your dreams didn't happen?
Hey, I'm happy. I like what I'm doing, and I'm good at it, regardless of what anybody thinks. But not one note, Vandy, in 6 years. What is that about?
Okay, station break is over.
Look, maybe this isn't such a good idea. Maybe we have too much baggage to do this.
Maybe we do have too much baggage. Oh dear, why did I say that? All right. Thank you, Scotty, for sending in that scene. I feel like I've had conversations like that too many times to count. Wonderful. I love everything you do as an actor, so please keep it up. Next up, well, last but not least, is Tyler Mashkori. Tyler is a writer and director based in San Francisco, the Bay Area, with a BA in Media Arts Production from Emerson College. The film that Tyler has submitted is called Murphy the Good Boy, and I'll read the synopsis about the short film. Everyone loves dogs. After all, they're a man's best friend. But what is their side of the story? Tyler Mashkori attempts to answer this by putting us in the shoes or paws of Murphy, a rescued dog who is adopted by a young couple, Grant and Sadie. Through their journey, he examines what it really means to own a pet and what we might mean to them. So let me just cue it up.
All right, here he is.
Hi, Murphy.
Okay.
Hey, Murphy. It's okay. I got you. You ready to go to your new home? Thank you.
All right, have a nice day. Get off there. Off.
Oh my God, what are you doing?
Freaked out.
Why would you try to pick him up if you know that
I didn't want him on the couch.
You're so dense. Jesus.
Dense? What does that even mean?
Murphy, what are you doing down there? Come on. Come on. Murphy, look.
What the heck?
Murphy. Come here. Okay, Murphy. Sit. Sit.
Murphy, hey! Get out of there!
can do it, okay? Come on, just sit. See? Sit. It's easy. Murphy.
Murphy! Grant, you have no shoe.
Cut him off at the other door. No, back off. Back off. Give me the shoe. Give me the shoe. Give me the shoe. Murphy. Oh, no, it's coming back to you. Murphy.
Gotcha.
Hey,
Ash.
give me that.
Give me that shoe, Murphy. You're so silly.
What? What, do you want me to play you something? Alright, how about this?
Okay, Murphy. Be a good boy while we're gone, okay? We'll miss you.
Hey, baby, come on, let's go. We're gonna be late.
Have a good day. God!
Murphy! That dog!
Grant, get him!
Murphy! I'm so sorry.
Murphy? You found it? Come here.
We're out.
Come here, boy. Such a good boy. So happy you're home.
Hey, Murphy. No, no, hey, no. Take it easy.
So with Murphy's old age, it's usually best to put them down. He's gonna suffer otherwise. Are you guys ready?
Murphy! Oh my God, you're here! Oh, Murphy, Murphy.
Toy? You want the toy? Murphy!
Give it back.
Come on, give us a toy, Murphy.
Oh, I'm not unmuted. Now I am. Thank you, Tyler, for sending me that film. I love it. It's just like a wholesome trajectory of a dog's life. And the ending just makes everything so much more digestible. I love the way that you end it in Doggy Heaven. So thank you so much. Thank you to all the artists who submitted and participated. I obviously said I think so highly of you at the beginning of this, but I hope that our viewers also see the same now. And thank you again, Megan, for asking me to host the first show of 2021. I hope that this year is better than the last. So I'm just going to close by sharing some thoughts about quarter lifing. And I feel like creating through any medium as a quarter lifer in our current zeitgeist feels like a massive mountain to climb these days, especially with a pandemic and everything that's happening sociopolitically and the way that I'm personally in the film industry, so I can speak on that, but the way that the film industry is evolving and Hollywood's tendencies to disrespect and exploit creatives until they're famous enough to be respected or whatever. But I feel like right now, or because of everything that's happened, or just the way that I feel about things, we have a unique opportunity to redefine our lives in our generation right now as quarter lifers. And the way that we can do that is creatively with our gifts and sharing our gifts and fighting to create, even though right now there aren't a lot of resources to do so, but doing so in any way possible makes a difference, even in the slightest. So if you know a quarter lifer, or if you know someone between the ages of 22 to 26 who is creative and hasn't had an outlet during this past year, reach out to them and try to mentor them or allow them opportunity to create, connect them with like-minded people, souls, creators, and help them be able to express themselves. It's been very, very hard to do that right now. And when creativity is your language in a society that already, before all of the other adverse circumstances that we're experiencing, doesn't support, it's tough. And I thank the Tank for existing, for supporting artists like us today. Before I go, I'll leave you with this timely quote that I know I have used a lot. If anyone has heard me say it before, get over it. It's by Anne Bogart, and she says, "Art happens when you intend it to happen. It happens when you leap with intention. The act is the point, more so now than ever. To make theater in our present climate is a utopian act, a positive action in this convoluted world. So create, regardless of our present circumstances, with intention as we build a new magnanimous world in 2021. Thank you for watching, and may 2021 be very kind to you. Goodbye.